Hey yo, what's good guys? Fuck, it's been a long time, but I promise you it's not been for nothing. Now, the last time you've heard from me, I was using Doyle strategy. You know, it's very popular and it's relatively simple. I'm never gonna shit on the strategy because it is definitely possible to become profitable using it. But what I'm gonna talk over today, I guess it's too early to say, but it's definitely shaping up to be changing my trading in general. So I'm gonna go over all of the setups that I took this week, some of which even being whilst at work. If you work in my job, yeah, but I'm just gonna go over the basics of the strategy. It's not gonna be a full rundown of it. I just wanna give you some knowledge so you know what I'm talking about. If you want a full rundown of the strategy, go over to RD Forex's channel. I'll link it in the description because this is entirely his concepts. So big shout out to the man. And yeah, let's get into some of the setups that I took over on the charts. Alright, yo, so for the first couple days of the week, I wasn't really trading the strategy. I was more just seeing how it actually was used in the markets, you know, like some forward testing type shit. So I believe Wednesday was the first trade using this strategy. Now it does get a little bit more complicated throughout the week as I'm drawing zones up differently and stuff. But starting off simple, you could just take this as a regular supply, to be honest. What I'm really looking for with this strategy is liquidity to be formed before breaking a low. I don't know if I've mentioned, but this is all RD concepts. So if you want to find more out about the strategy itself, just go over to his channel. This is more just looking over what I've done with it. So liquidity was formed around this area, and then we broke this low just here. So clear downtrend after forming this liquidity. So after we came back, grabbed this liquidity, and then tested zone. I don't care if it closes below liquidity, so closing before this line, I don't really care about that. What I care about is if it closes inside of the zone. Now there's been some candle manipulation with what was actually happening in the markets and how it is presented right now. This did tap in. I'm not going off of a, you know, close tap, it actually did tap in. So I got in around break of candle, I believe. Stop just above, around 1 pip above, as you know, it's very, very close. And I held for around a 1 to 3, I believe my entry was. So I was looking something like that after spreads. And I got out just after this liquidity. So the first trade using this strategy was a 1 to 3, which is pretty crazy thinking about it. I'll just show the profits for this. This was extremely under risking, so I believe it was around a 0.3% risk. Just, you know, getting my grips to it. I don't really know what to expect, so I didn't want to over risk. After this, I was feeling pretty confident, not cocky, but it just proved that this strategy does work in the markets. So after I took this 1 to 3 on CJ, which is a new pair for me, I went over to GU. Now RD himself does not trade GU, but it's a pair that I've previously traded. You know, I've done liquidity grabs on it, so I was feeling pretty confident. So this is a relatively old zone. We see liquidity is formed straight away, and we break structure, again and again, through consolidation after zone was made. So when we came back down into it, I went down to a lower time frame, so the 5 minute. I saw the first entry possible. Didn't really like it as the break wasn't convincing or anything like that. So after a retest, which also would have stopped me out, I got in after this engulfing and momentous candle. With my entry just there, stop loss just below the wick, I decided to make my TPs this liquidity just here. Now, looking back at it, I easily could have held, but then we're talking an entire day. It did run for a 1 to 2.5, but I was looking to hold further than that as I was confident in this trade. But what I did wrong is I took a 30-minute setup, but then went into the 5-minute and let lower time frame noise change my decisions. So after we're breaking market structure to the upside, finally, I decided to close all of my positions at this demand just here. Well, after we broke through, as I thought that it now meant that we'd be going on a downtrend. I don't really know why. It's just 5-minute not going really in favor of the 30-minute. It's now something that I know, well, really just not to pay attention to. When I enter a 30-minute trade, I need to be confident on the 30-minute analysis and this did end up going for a 1 to 4 or even more. And small retests or retracements like this are so common. I mean, through backtesting it did happen a lot and still won. So I really do just need to learn to just stay on the time frame that I'm looking at. It's like taking a 5-minute setup and then going to the 1 minute. I feel like it's just kind of cope, isn't it? So yeah, there's still definitely milestones that I need to hit in mentality to actually be confident taking these 30-minute trades. But I mean, after I guess forward testing and seeing that I did win, it's definitely making me feel a lot more confident in holding these higher time frame setups over the course of days. So yeah, that's all of my trades on the first day of trading this strategy. I believe in the end I was up, I'll just check now and I'll check up on the screen. I ended up 1.5% on the day, which is something that I haven't really seen before. I mean, especially with these lot sizes, it could have been a lot more if I decided to risk, a normal amount. But yeah, it's good to see on the first day and making me confident. So let's go on to the next day, as I'm kind of just rambling. Alright, so for the last trade of the week, it was this GJ just here. This is the Friday, the 16th. So yeah, last trade. The Thursday I took no trades. I had work and stuff, but nothing really lined up for me. I didn't really like the look of anything. So that was just a no trade day. This took place around just after I woke up. So around 8 o'clock in the morning, UK time. We see the zone that was formed at just around 2 AM. So it was the morning, so it wasn't like a really, really old zone. And what I like about this, there is multiple points of liquidity. We see liquidity formed just past the zone, just here, which took out highs already, came down, formed more liquidity without taking this one, and more, and then broke major highs. So at this point, I'm just extremely confident, it's doing everything that I want it to do. And without, taking liquidity and then running off, we just come straight down, somewhat exhaustion, and gives us a really good entry. I got in just before break, as this came up with so much momentum. I wish I got in a lot earlier. These rejections were beautiful. So somewhere on this candle, this bullish candle, when it started rejecting, just somewhere a lot earlier. So I'm just going to put entry there. That's where it shows for me. My stop was just around a pip below the lowest wick. If this candle that first wicked in closed bullish, I'd consider that a flip and have my stop loss tighter. But I just wanted to give it a little bit more room, to play, and it kind of looks like it did need it. I ended up closing partials at 1 to 1, so I got in on 3 positions, which equated to around 0.7% risk. So I got out of a third of my positions just here at 1 to 1, and then ended up holding the rest until almost a 1 to 2 all the way up here. Now I had some things planned in the day, so I wasn't really looking to hold this very, very late. So I did just take a tiny bit early. Realistically, a good waypoint that I would have aimed for was this high just here, this liquidity. This was a little bit too high. We did end up taking, but that was after we would have got stopped out. So yeah, I'll just track up the results on that trade. I believe that was also for around the 1.5% profit, but that was in one trade, and I wasn't over risking at all. These results have been very good this week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what next week does. I'm going to try and get a live trade next week. I've been pretty busy this week, so I've been sticking to just trading, but I really want to show you my thought process on trades like this live, hopefully on the 5 minute. I'm not really looking to take a 30 minute, as they can take quite long, but all in all, I know it's been a pretty short video, but that's kind of all I've wanted to talk about. I'm excited to see what setups are going to be thrown next week. Join up my Discord. I think I'm going to start talking about setups that I see using this strategy as opposed to my old Doyle strategy. So if you're interested in this, go sub to RD, of course, the creator of this. Go join Mangoe's Discord. I believe he's starting to make the switch. But I mean, most importantly out of all of them, go and join mine. Also, go follow the Insta. I've started to show the results and the trades I'm taking over on there. So if you are interested in that, just come and follow me. Send me a message. Just join me on my little journey to becoming profitable. I'm almost out of drawdown on this account. Considering how bad the losing streak was, I was 8% in drawdown. So the fact that I'm almost out is pretty bananas, and it shows a slight glimpse of faith. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm waffling now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, as always. Peace.